glorify you, Jesus. Magnify you, Lord. You're worthy of the glory, Lord.
Kingdom of heaven is at hand. Last week we concluded with the fact that when you don't sow to yourself, you don't love yourself, and by not loving yourself, you're hindering those around you because you're not loving them properly either. And what you do won't last. And today we'll conclude this part of the series by looking at the last part of sowing and reaping, and that's going to prepare us for what we're going to go into in the next part of this series of serving God in the kingdom of mammon, which will be prayer. And everybody knows everything that's been going on this week within the world between flags and laws of okaying gay marriage, all of the different things that have happened. As far as one of the bigger things that probably took place was that it has been named and okayed that an individual can be called a corporation. Yeah. So those are the kind of things that they don't want a lot of attention paid to. Because if an individual can be considered a corporation, it's going to give them a lot more privileges and rights as an individual, giving them an ability to be able to say that they can do things as a corporation. And then if one does it, another does it, and another does it, and another does it, and another does it, and another does it. And that's important. That's very important. A lot more important than gay marriage. And I know that probably sounds like, why would you say that? Because the thing about gay marriage is that requires a union between another person. I'm talking about them being given ability as one person. And if they haven't been sowing into themselves properly and seeing themselves as someone that God created, then they're going to start doing some crazy stuff, and it will be okayed by law. See, because as you start to look at these things, seed not sown or managed properly at the right time will not grow properly. And we're in a very fertile time right now. We're in a season that there are a lot of things that can manifest just like now. And see, with all of the different things that's happening, if you live in Rutherford County, you got a tax increase coming too. all of those things have been okayed. So this week, once again, Congress ain't stupid. They know time. They know when to do things, the timing to do things, so that they work in such a way that they began to establish what looks like an ability to overcome God's way of doing things. Ain't gonna work. It's not gonna work. They can make all the laws they want to, they can change all the things they want to. It's not gonna work. One thing that I can say for sure as a reason why I know it's not going to work is because I know that there are believers in his kingdom and his way of doing things, because y'all are sitting in here. Is that saying we're perfect? No. Because there's many other people that believe in God's kingdom way of doing things as well. So it's not just us. There's other folks around. Now, what's happening is things are happening in the world on a big scale, and you probably feel like, oh, this really ain't got nothing to do with me. Here's how it does. Now I'm going to start coming down your street and meddling with you. So all of the turmoil that you had going on inside of you this week and in your mind and in your spirit and wavering back and forth and wondering whether or not you should be where you are and whether or not you should change things and whether or not you should begin to adjust things in your life and whether or not you want to leave them the same and whether or not you just want to be destroyed or whether or not you want to destroy the people that are around you or whether or not you wanted to just move on and just close up shop and forget everything. All of that comes from a spirit that's hovering over this nation. All of that comes from a spirit that's hovering over this nation. So when you lay down to rest during that unprotected sleep, and then you wake up mad at the world, and you wake up ready to change something just for waking up. That's a spirit that is hovering over a nation that has okayed a bunch of stuff that didn't match what God set up. Because this is kingdom against kingdom now. That's where we're at. We are kingdom against kingdom. And what you got to understand is, go with me to Deuteronomy chapter 11. Because in Deuteronomy chapter 11, see, a lot of people, and I just laugh when people make the comment, well, oh, we're gonna be like Sodom and Gomorrah. We were already like Sodom and Gomorrah as a nation. But the whole key is they don't even understand what all things actually went on with Sodom and Gomorrah. And we're going to be looking into those things once we start prayer in that part of the series, because I want you to see what you're going to need to pray for and why you need to pray particular ways about certain things. See, because God did not destroy Sodom and Gomorrah just for homosexuality. As a matter of fact, he destroyed them for a lot of the things that are already happening and have been happening in the United States. Pride, money, that being the focal points, all of those things. There's a lot that Sodom and Gomorrah was destroyed for. It wasn't just homosexuality. And that's why I just laugh at the ignorance of people of saying, well, it was like Sodom and Gomorrah. So you missed all the other stuff. And you think it's just this. No, it ain't just that. Because what I want you to understand is Look in Deuteronomy chapter 11 and beginning at verse 8. It says this. Deuteronomy 11